eyeshadow with Customize, a new kind of compact you can fill and refill with Revlon shadows you choose. Just the gorgeous Revlon colors you want to have. Customize your eyeliner with a great new compact you fill and refill with Revlon colors you choose. New Customize by Revlon. Revlon, the difference
Some girls just want some fun, some love for devotion. Some just want some pay for affection. Girl, love is high, there's no new direction for the world outside. Some girls it's the heart of a man, it's the beat of a call, it's the of a moment, it's a heavenly fall. Don't need a savior, I don't wanna play.
Feeling beautiful is so important to how you feel. About my skin. And that's a beautiful way to feel.
There's no one in me, giving love I've never seen. Now I live by the love of you. There's no one in me, giving love I've never seen. Now I live by the love of you. Change my life, no right. And love and left, it feels so right. can't compare, no one would even dare. You're gonna round the bend, you got a message to send. You're gonna curl your hair, you're gonna make them stand.
Heat them, twist them, curl your hair, make them stand. Benders only from Clairol.
CoverGirl clean makeup. Beautiful is knowing your makeup is Noxzema clean. The natural look that's good to your skin. Clean makeup. CoverGirl, 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 CoverGirl.
He was staring into my limpid pools, and I was just about to give him one of these when my mascara started giving my eyes a hard time. So now I wear Revlon Specialized Micro Pure Mascara. Even women who wear contact lenses tested it and found it non-irritating. Specialized doesn't flake, it doesn't smear.
Introducing Specialized Micro Pure Mascara. New from Revlon.
Got the right mascara. Now if that big moment would just happen. Again.
never been this close to love before. No one has ever found the key to my love's door. You touch me like that. It's a matter of fact, you got me crazy. So baby, touch me like that. It's a matter of fact, you got me crazy. So baby, love me right. I'm gonna be your baby tonight. If you love me right, I'm gonna
ambiance nights in our future.
No matter who she is, there's a Prince Machiavelli fragrance for her at JCPenney. JCPenney presents a Prince Machiavelli fragrance for every woman in your life.
I will win, son, because I don't want you to get me out of your mind for a minute. I want a fragrance that's different on me than on anybody else. That's for sure. I see a lot of ambiance nights in our future.
No matter who she is, there's a Prince Machiavelli fragrance for her at JCPenney.
Maybe your mother never told you. There's more to being a woman than minding your manners. I'm Jacqueline Smith, and being a woman means sometimes taking the first step first. There's a new fragrance that understands. Apres. Apres is a little unsettling, a little disturbing. Apres is a most provocative fragrance. If Mama never told you, I'll tell you. Part of the art of being a woman is knowing when not to be too much of a lady.
What my lips say to you. Soft. Wet. What? Whipped. Moisture whip. My lipstick. Whipped with moisturizer to help keep my lips very soft. So whipped up, I call them my whipsticks. And I love them.
And I love your lips. Moisture Whip Whipstick with protective sunscreen. Lipstick by another name is not Whipstick by Maybelline.
Really chipped me off. when my bank card rejects me. Oh, and my pantyhose won't go all the way up. And I'm not a cranky person. Except when my nails get chipped and I really get chipped off. So I use L'Oreal 10-day formula. With a little care, I can go 10 days with hardly a chip. So why do I get chipped off when I can't find L'Oreal?
10-day formula nail enamel from L'Oreal.
Did I mention how beautiful you are to me in everywhere? You're my devotion. There's not enough words to even try to explain. When you're here, how beautiful you are to me in everywhere. You're my devotion. There's not enough words to even try to explain. When you're here,
I bet I had a dozen shades of rose blusher and I was still looking for the right one.
Clarion makeup.
So when I saw the Clarion computer, I thought, great, it'll tell me the perfect rose. Turns out my best friends don't have a rose in the bunch. No wonder. L'Oreal's lash mascara actually extends your lashes as far as you're wearing it in. So if you've always felt you had skinny lashes, stop moping and lash out.
Lash Out Extending Mascara from L'Oreal.
I want illusion. So, L'Oreal reinvented oil-free makeup. You
Their path is a special no moisture. It won't fade except brown in 60 glamorous shades. With Max Factor, the glamour goes on. Thanks, Max.
Inside your mind, where you are. Take a dream inside your mind, where you are. Take a dream inside your mind, where you are.
Now, the smooth, professional look of a salon manicure is captured in a bottle. New Maybelline Manicure Nail Color. Professional manicure is something Each fashion color has a base and glossy sealer built right in. That's why it goes on this smooth, gleaming end.
Boy, what's up with them games? I'm tired of being at home, all alone by the phone. When coming in late every day. Boy, what's up with them games? I'm tired of being at home, all alone by the phone. When you but you never ever give me honey when you always want to tell me what to do. When I won't be your coming in late every day. Boy, what's up with them games? I'm tired of being at home, all alone by the phone. When coming in late every day. Boy, what's up with them games? I'm tired of being at home, all alone by the phone. When
I loved this lipstick in the store. When I got it home, I hated it on me. Ditto for this one. And this one. Then I tried Clarion makeup. Amazing. The computer actually told me which colors would look great on me. And you know, it was right.
Clarion Ultra Pure Makeup, personalized for you.
I mean, if a lipstick's only gonna look good in the store, you might as well leave it there.